calls from every cave and every hill. Bravely they will fight against the forces of evil. Alex and Alexis, always winning through. They will find their parents with Bonifatius and soon their dog so true. Alex and Alexis, they shall overcome. And very close behind them is their enemy Porcino, the cruel and wicked villain that the kids must overthrow. Alex and Alexis.
The Adventures of Alex and Alexis.
Since the beginning of time, the human imagination has been fascinated by when and how the world would end. And those living in the Middle Ages were no exception. Superstition and uncertainty prevailed, and under such conditions, prophets and mystics thrived. The end of the world was described as a series of natural disasters: earthquakes, famine, epidemics, planets colliding, or as a result of divine fury.
I don't understand. If the sun doesn't rotate around the Earth, Master B, then what is at the center of the universe? If it's not the planet Earth, as I was always taught.
It's the sun, of course. You see, Alexis, both the Earth and Moon rotate around the sun. They move in elliptical orbits, just like this, you see. So their relative positions in the heavens are always changing. And when all three line up, an eclipse occurs.
Oh no, is that when everything explodes?
Oh, dear me, no. What a wild imagination you have, Alex. There's absolutely nothing strange about an eclipse.
Oh,
The moon moves directly in front of the sun like this and blocks out the sun's light. And so the sky gets dark for a few moments, just as though it were nighttime. It's perfectly simple.
what's happening? Slow down, Alex! It isn't me, it's the horse. What is wrong with him?
We'll continue later, Twinsies. Let me know when things are under control again. Oh!
Well, thank you very much. It's no laughing matter, Zoom. We could have busted our heads open if we hadn't landed in here.
Do you children need a hand? Allow me to help you. This should do it. There now. You see, your horse bolted because he's very hungry and thirsty. What about you two? Are you hungry? Then that's settled. You can both spend the night on my farm. I'm a very good cook.
That's terrific, because I'm starving. Me too, yeah!
You want to take the reins, lad?
Oh, sure. Hey, thanks very much, sir.
Enough of the sir. Just call me Jacob.
Hey, why do all the crops seem to be dying, Jacob?
I'm sorry to say we are suffering a drought at the moment, and Our Lady Marquise has ordered that all the water be stored and used only for emergencies. So the crops die.
Well, I'd call that a real emergency.
We're here. This is my village. You are both welcome, my friends.
Jacob, Damas the prophet is here. He's had a frightful premonition.
I've had a vision. I've seen things beyond our time and space, beyond our cosmos, reaching the most infinite part of our ethereal heavens. And behold, 7 angels came down from heaven on their horses, sounding their trumpets and warning us, my friends, warning of the coming of the apocalypse. It was a dreadful vision, my friends, dreadful. The horsemen came to me in a dream and told me what calamities would occur if people did not change their ways. One of the horsemen will spread devastating and deadly plagues amongst the men, women, and children of this town. So beware, my friends, and listen. The Dark Angel will contaminate our harvests and our grain with a pestilence. It will ruin crops and cause starvation. Yet another horseman will gallop across our fields, spitting fiery flames from out of his trumpet. The deadly flames that issue forth will not only burn what remains of our crops, but yes, our barns and our very houses too. A third horseman shall bring great floods upon the town, a deluge great enough to drown every last one of us. So much water will be poured into our streets that our homes will be buried beneath it forever. Those of us who may survive will witness how the remaining 4 angels gallop through the sky, covering us with a blanket of darkness. But this is not a darkness we have known before, not the darkness of the night that is banished by the coming of the morn, but black clouds of dust that will envelop us all, a darkness that will consume everything, a darkness that means the end of the world has come, and thus I have spoken.
But what should we do, Damas? You must tell us, please.
You ask me what you should do. Well, there is only one thing you can do. The only way to allay heaven's anger is by paying taxes to the Marquise. Only the Marquise can intervene on your behalf, and only she can stop the world, your world, from coming to an untimely end.
I didn't understand it at all. What was that Seer's prophecy all about, Jacob?
According to Damas, 4 prophecies will forewarn us about the end of the world. The first will be starvation and hunger, then there will be terrible fires followed by rampaging floods, and finally, complete darkness.
Then the end of the world, right?
Well, not necessarily. I think that the Marquise made it all up to make us pay more taxes.
But how'd you explain what's happened to the crops? I saw them myself. They're dying.
I don't know, but I'm sure there's an explanation.
We'll be nice and comfortable on this. So what do you really think about all this, Alexis? Do you really think the world will soon come to an end? Well, what do you think, Master B?
About the end of the world, you mean? Well now, twinsies, you know I'm not really authorized to answer that question, but you're both smart children. You should be able to come up with an answer for yourselves. What's your theory?
You know, I think Jacob's right. Yeah.
Fire! Wake up! The barn is ablaze! Oh!
I'm gonna help him. I must hurry.